So I'm Niels, not private packages Niels, but the other Niels. I'm one of the PHP maintainers and core contributors. That means I work on the PHP engine, fix bugs, introduce new features, etc. I mostly work on bug fixing, but from time to time I also work on new features here and there. But for new features, most of my work is concentrated in the DOM and XML extensions.
Nice. Make sure we're recording. So for people that are not in PHP internals, like what would be the best way for them to get started?
Right. So when people start contributing to PHP, they typically want to add a new big feature or something like that, and that can be really overwhelming in such a large code base. The way I started is I subscribe to the internals mailing lists, and then, well, in the internals mailing list, you see people who have complaints about some, for example, some features who lack, or also some bugs that they report. And I just went through the GitHub page of PHP and looked at the issues and searched for bugs that seemed very easy to fix. And I spent a lot of time fixing small bugs here and there, and that's how I got started. And that's how you get familiar with the code base, and that's how you eventually end up being familiar enough that you can actually add large new features to the language.
Sweet, perfect, awesome. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Now let's do our little quick questions again. All right.
Right.
What was the first PHP version you started with?
So I'm not entirely sure anymore. It's a long time ago. I think it was 5.3. It could also be 5.4.
Awesome. All right, here's a tricky one. What is your favorite obscure PHP function or feature?
So there's something called variable variables. So if you put a double dollar sign, you can actually indirectly reference other variables. For example, if you have $$a and $a equals to b, then $$a will reference $b. And that's how you can access variables indirectly, how you can have makeshift references, and it's quite useful if you want, for example, to put dynamic properties on objects, etc.
Excellent. And how often do you use that in practice?
I basically almost never use it. I've seen it a couple of times in the wild, but it's my favorite feature to use when you want to, have a quiz question and you want to send some code snippets to someone and tell me what this does without executing it.
That's a perfect use case. All right, dark mode or light mode in your editor?
Definitely light modes. My colleagues at work all use dark mode and find me crazy for using light mode, but I think light mode is superior.
Sweet. The final one, music when coding or silence?
Definitely music. Maybe I'm a bit weird, but I really can't concentrate if there's silence when coding. I really need music to be able to concentrate.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much, Niels.